From the world of AV programming and control with James King, I'm Steve Greenblatt, and this is Ask the Programmer. James, it's great to be back with you. We've been recording a bit here at InfoComm, and it kind of continues with our theme of the past few episodes, InfoComm preview, but here we are. We're finally at InfoComm.
Yeah, no, it's great here. We're here at the Starin booth. So thank you to Starin allowing us to record here.
Absolutely, and with us, we had spoken with two new attendees, first-timers at InfoComm, and they're here to join us to tell us a little bit about their experience. The first is Kate Adkins from Root Systems. Welcome, Kate.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. And the second is Mike Spadafora. He is with Control Concepts. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you very much for having me.
So let's kind of jump into it. I know everybody's got a busy schedule, and we appreciate your time. Kate, tell us a little bit about your experience. Knowing what you know now, do you think that InfoComm was what you expected, and what?
Yeah, I think the show floor wasn't quite what I was expecting. I mean, it's been a lot, and there was a lot of cool stuff. I have been seeing a lot of things repeated, which I was kind of expecting to see. Maybe a little bit more variety, but maybe that's just where the industry's at right now. But as far as everything else outside the floor has been just like beyond what I imagined. You know, meeting all the people and the conversations that are happening. So I've been going to the sessions and stuff, and the conversations that have been happening after the sessions or the questions being asked during the sessions have actually been some of the most valuable things that I've picked up this whole week. I mean, the sessions themselves have been super informative, but it's just all those extra conversations that have just been over the top. It's just been awesome.
Wonderful. It's to me, I think it's always about the community and the people, because this is what it's all about, is bringing everybody together. Mike, similar question. Tell us a little bit about your experience, and is this what you expected it to be?
Yeah, it's actually it's pretty close to what I expected it to be. I knew there would be a bunch of people, who all love AV. A lot of cool things to see, a lot of new products that probably aren't even going to be hitting the market until 8 to 10 years from now, especially some of the displays. I know I can't stop talking about the TVs, but they're so cool. They're cool. So yeah, it's been great. Just getting to meet people, getting to promote our business and what we do, and it's always rewarding.
So following up on that, what are a couple of surprises? What are some things that you found that you didn't quite expect?
Well, I know you mentioned it to me, but I was very surprised by how many people knew who we are, and I know that's thanks to you and the way that we try to get our name out there and everything like that. So it was odd at first, like being approached by people, like who knew our company and everything, but then I kind of got used to it, and it was it's just really cool. It's nice to see our work being recognized.
Kate, a similar question. What's something that surprised you?
Yeah, well, like I said, the conversations and just how valuable it's been and educational for me, the things that I've picked up just by listening to other people talk. Like, I'm not even just talking to them, just picking it up by being in the room. But along the lines of what you've been saying, like people recognizing me, and I just like start walking towards someone, they're like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah.
Nice
Well, that's what I just did to you before. I was like, "Hey, I know you."
Yeah, and it's been really weird, but it's also been really great because like I'm that introvert and I have trouble like approaching people to do that, and then like they're just coming to me, and it's just like, "Oh, this is awesome. I wanted to meet you, but I was afraid to approach you, so I'm glad you approached me."
There you go.
Excellent. Have you done the same to others?
I've tried, yes. I've done it a couple times, but it took a lot of courage to get up there and do that.
Yeah, well, keep doing it.
Yeah.
James, for you are kind of in the middle. It's not a first, but this isn't like your 10th. What's something new that you saw, or a new experience that you had?
Really, I would say probably how I got a couple there. Actually, one is how busy. I mean, the first InfoComm I came to was, I will always say this, the best one, because it was in October, great for higher ed. It was low-key because there wasn't many people who were still working at that tail end of the pandemic. Then last year, I wasn't much at InfoComm because of the new role. I did the show for a couple times, like 2 days, I think it was, but that was it. I ran around really much, but this year, there's a buzz. I mean, you look around, this place is happening. I mean, even the HEPMA booth. I mean, HEPMA doesn't sell or make any product, and we have probably about 150 people daily at our booth.
Wow.
It goes to show the power of the people and the community, and I typically tell people when they ask me what did I see that's new, honestly, I don't really take that much notice to the technology, but more so I need to have those conversations that you can't have in any other time but in person. You don't get those informal conversations. To me, that's the most invaluable thing that I get. Mike, for somebody that's new, what's something that you would tell them, and would you recommend this to other people perhaps in our audience?
Oh yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been exhausting. So if you are going to come, prepare yourself. Prepare to be walking around a lot. I think I got 20,000 steps the first day, 20,000 yesterday, and I'm well on my way today to another 20,000. Legs are sore. I was a little groggy this morning, but yeah, as long as you kind of get into the mindset that you're going to be up and around, I think anybody who has a passion for AV would benefit in some way from being here.
And Kate, I know that you had a plan going in.
Yeah.
How are you doing on that plan?
I'm doing pretty good. I still have a few things to go yet, but I had number 4 for me because I had that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 plan that I think we talked about before in InfoComm. But number 4 was I was going to talk to 4 people in person that I'd never talked to, face to face before. And as much as I loved meeting you guys, I wasn't counting you because we've talked, this way.
Yep.
And I went to a couple of tweet ups and stuff, and I've blown that number away. So it's just been awesome for that. Still on the lookout for like the coolest thing at the show. So if you got any to point me in the right
I think we were
direction.
talking about it, the transparent OLED TV. That thing is just like
That is pretty sweet.
I can't even wrap my head around it about like how that would be made in the first place. It's so cool.
Yeah, I got some cool products I saw that I could tell you about. One, especially what I think the product I'm thinking of, what made it cool and what was nice, it's a small guy. It's a 10 by 10 booth. It's a no big name, and they're doing some amazing stuff. It's programming. It's HTML control system, all done via IP serial, and the price point is to die for.
Do you remember the name of them? Because
Endo, ENADO.
Yes, I did see that too. Yeah,
that was cool,
really cool
what they're doing. So it was like, I was like, okay, I need more about this because the price point was to die for.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So I guess, James, I wanted to ask you the same question. What are some of the things that you would recommend to somebody that wants to attend this in the future?
Definitely wear comfortable shoes, prepared for a lot of walking, meet as many people as you can, because those connections are going to drive you down the road, and take your time. You don't have to hit every booth, because everything here is not for everybody, but there's something here for everybody.
Sure. Well, I want to be respectful of time, so I want to thank you guys for joining us, and we'll keep this as a short episode. But Kate Adkins from Root Systems, how can people get in touch with you if you have any last-minute tips that you wanted to share, or any additional information, and also follow you and your podcasting?
Yep, yeah. So last-minute tip, definitely go for the education pass if you can, or become a speaker. Get yourself on a panel, because then you get a free education pass. And definitely make use of it, because it's a nice place to sit down for a few minutes.
Yes.
And you can pick up an awful lot of good information. But if you want to follow me, I work at rootintegration.com, or, you can go to rootintegration.com. It's been a long week.
Yep.
I'm also on Twitter, code_Kate, and I have a YouTube series called User Friendly AV. That's also got its own Twitter handle, so it's all User Friendly AV. It's all one word, so you can find me there.
Check that out. And Mike Spadafora from Control Concepts, how can people get in touch with you, learn what you're up to, and also if you have any last-minute tips that you wanted to share?
Sure, yeah. I mean, last-minute tips, like I said before, just make sure that you're comfortable, take breaks when you can, and eat food when you can. And you can get in touch with me at Mike S. at controlconcepts.net, or you can just go to our website, controlconcepts.net. I'm also at Mike Spadafora on LinkedIn, Mike Spad CCI on Twitter. I can't really standardize, so good luck finding me, but I'm out there if you really want to.
And James, anything special that you wanted to share that from the show today, and how can people get in touch with you and learn what you're up to?
Special from the show. I know I'm kind of tooting my own horn, but the HEPMA, what they're doing, what that booth means, is amazing. As I was telling some people, I gave a panel session today, and during that we got talking about HEPMA, and at the end I mentioned how HEPMA is the first end user community to have a booth on the show floor, and the room lit up. Everyone in the room cheered and clapped. And that just shows you the power of the community that people come here for.
Sure. Well, I think that's a good, actually, how can people get in touch with you and learn what you're up to?
Google me, you'll find me. Anything HEPMA, Higher Ed AV, you'll find me.
So I just wanted to summarize on a couple of things. One, I think this demonstrates the value of community, and even for introverts or people who work alone, and we always talk about being on an island. It's really important to understand the community. I look at this as gives you some perspective of the whole industry and your piece of it, and also how much what programmers do impact the other parts and pieces and individuals in the industry. So that's really big. And lastly, I think that we hope by next year we can have maybe a programmer community to celebrate at InfoComm, and I think that'd be a nice goal for us, and that's one of the reasons that we've established this podcast, and we're just trying to bring people together. So please help us do that, and hopefully we'll be able to have something that we can point to and set ourselves a goal. For me, you can find me at Steve Greenblatt on social media. You can find our company, Control Concepts, at controlconcepts.net, but most importantly, check out our Ask the Programmer podcast on YouTube, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Reach out to us, let us know what you think, and help us to spread the word and build this programmer community. And with that, this has been Ask the Programmer.